Students, today's lesson is from Mrs. Smeckens again, and we're going to continue working on paraphrasing, which means retelling stories or text in your own words. So I want you to watch as she goes through and paraphrases a second text today, and then I'm going to give you a text as your exit ticket for you to come back and paraphrase for me in writing. So make sure that you have something to write with, or that you are ready to switch back and forth between the end of our video and Google Docs, where you can type your exit ticket for me today.
So now I want to teach you 5 steps. 5 steps to a paraphrase. And I'm going to teach them kind of quickly, but I'm going to teach them with hand signals, and then we'll slow down and you'll see me try it. Okay, so let's get your hands ready. Let's do the hand signals. Okay, paraphrase has 5 steps. Step 1, read. Step 2, remove. Okay, do that again. When you remove, drop the other hand. Remove. Good. Okay, then turn your hand that's up here, turn it into like a talking hand. You're going to explain what you just read. Let's do those first 3. When you paraphrase, first you have to read. Then you have to remove the text. Stop looking at it. Then you have to say what you just read. Then, same hand, turn it into your pencil. Write or type what you just said. Okay, let's do those first 4. There's 5, but let's do those 4. Ready? Okay, I'm going to read what the author said. Then I'm going to remove and stop looking at what the author said. And I'm going to tell myself with my thinking voice what I just read. And then I'm going to write it in my own words with my own synonyms. Good. Now you ready for step 5? Okay, remember you removed it? It was way over here, okay, and you just wrote it. Now you have to return to the text. So kind of do a swoop and come back to read. And the last time you do this, it actually means return to the text. Why? Because you just typed it or wrote it. Did you spell their name right? Did you get the date right? Did you have the correct fact? Because sometimes when you're reading and you remove and you're thinking, and then you go to write, you're working so hard to just remember the ideas and the details and all of that, that you're like, does his last name have 2 T's or 1? Don't worry about it yet. Just get your idea. Write it, everything out. Write it, type it all out, step 4, before you return to the text, and that's what you're checking. Did I spell it right? 2 T's or 1 T? So you know you're gonna look at it, but don't look at it. You remove it, don't look at it until you have said and written your retelling, what do we call this? Paraphrase. Good. All right, now look at the screen. Now look at the screen. All right, here are the 5 steps. And as I explain the 5 steps, let's do the hand signals, okay? Here we go. So the first thing you do, you've read something and you're like, oh, that is brilliant. I want to use that in my report. Okay, read. Now, what do you got to do? Remove. Good. Okay, so then what? I have to tell myself using my thinking voice what I just read. Yeah. Then what? Write it or type it. Good. Done? No. Why? Return to the text. What am I going back to the text for? To check spellings, to check numbers, to check just those little facts that I might have, I kind of like, I couldn't quite remember exactly, but I got the idea written. I got it in my own words. You want to get it in your own words, synonyms, before you return to the text. Don't look back at that text, okay? Otherwise, that's when you start stealing the author's words, and then you don't sound like you anymore. Okay, you guys, let's try this. Or actually, let's watch Mrs. Smeckens try it first. Okay, what's the first thing we got to do? What do we got to do? Read. Yep, get your hands ready. Okay, I'll be your reading voice, all right? Let's read. The light-colored rings represent wood that grew in the spring and early summer, while the dark ring represents wood that grew in the late summer and fall. Okay, now what? Remove. Now what? Okay, say it to yourself. What'd you just read? Are you struggling? Something about spring and fall. Something about, Your thinking voice has to be paying attention during reading in order to help us after reading. What do we got to do, you guys? We got to start over, right? Now, just reread this part over. Start over with our 5 steps. Okay, now pay attention. Ready? The light-colored rings represent wood that grew in the spring and early summer. The dark rings represent wood that grew in the late summer and fall. Close your eyes. Picture the light rings and picture them growing bigger and bigger in the spring and early summer. The summer's getting late. The summer, it's getting closer to school and fall, and now the dark rings are starting to grow. Open your eyes. Remove the text. Say what you just read. Okay, so you probably, in different ways, but we all probably said something like, a tree grows its light rings at the beginning of spring and the beginning of the summer, and it grows the dark, thin ring at the end of the summer, right before school starts in the fall. Okay. Now what do we do, you guys? We got to write it. Okay, so what would we be writing? What would we be writing? You can write it, you can type it, or you can just watch Miss Smith say what exactly how you would write this. Okay, the tree grows its light ring when? No, I'm not putting the text back up. When? In the spring. Only in the spring and the beginning of the summer. Of the summer. Got it. Okay. Done? Do you have all of the facts? No. What else? What are we missing? The dark ring. What do you know about the dark ring? It's in the fall. Not just the fall, before the fall, the end of the summer. Okay, how are we going to say that? How are we going to say that? At the end of the summer and in the fall, a tree grows its dark ring. Got it. Okay, let's count. Let's count. On the screen, count the words. 28. Okay, we're hoping that we're about the same. I think we're going to be pretty close, you guys, because you said it very similar. 30. 28, 30. Is it about the same length? Oh, yeah. Let's check. The light-colored rings represent. That's the first 4 or 5 words from the author. The light-colored rings represent. Does that sound like you? No. You don't walk around talking like that, so don't write like that. The tree grows its light ring. Well done. Well done, class. In this lesson, what we've been working on are the 5 steps to paraphrase. And what's a paraphrase? A paraphrase is when we retell an author's ideas. And let's just super fast do the hand signals. What are the 5 steps? Don't look at the chart. What are the 5 steps? Here we go. Read, remove, say it, write it or type it, return to check it. Good.
Here is your exit ticket for this lesson. You are going to need to read this set of paragraphs and then choose 2 paragraphs. to paraphrase. The steps for paraphrasing, remember, are to read the text, put away the text, say what you just read, write it down, and return to the text to check what you wrote. So, you should get out a piece of paper and write these down, or you should type your paraphrase into Google Docs. If you do not need me to read the text aloud to you, then you are all set to head over to your paper or Google Docs, type your answers or write your answers, and then share them with your teacher on Zoom. If you are past 9 o'clock in my class and you are not done with that, that is okay. Please put your answer in an email and send it to me before you go try the independent practice for today. Here is the read aloud, and then the video will end. The magical vitamin C. Vocabulary: essential, necessary or extremely important. Nutrient: something your body needs to live and grow. Paragraph 1. When you feel a cold coming on, your mom or dad may have you eat an extra helping of fruit. Do you know why? Fruit and other food sources are chock full of vitamin C, an essential vitamin that humans must get plenty of in order to survive. Getting enough vitamin C in your daily diet can help build your immune system, making it less likely that you will get sick. It can help prevent several diseases, including heart and eye diseases. Vitamin C helps maintain strong bones, muscles, and even blood vessels. In addition, it can prevent skin from wrinkling as you grow older. The easiest way to be sure you are getting enough of this important nutrient in your diet is to eat 5 to 6 servings of fruits and veggies each day. Sipping on a cup of orange juice in the morning will load your body full of vitamin C. All right, once again, finish up your exit ticket on paper or on Google Docs and bring it to your teacher if it's before 9 o'clock. If it's after 9 o'clock, go ahead and email it to me if I'm your teacher.